Hello Libra, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If Libra is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Empress energy, first card out of the pack. Very nice. You are somebody with a very nurturing soul. You know, I feel like you really, you really exude this healing energy. Yeah. And you might be in even a mode right now of healing, of working on your own healing, helping to heal others. Maybe you do work in the medical field. Maybe you're doing some kind of energy healing, chakra work, crystal healing, Reiki, acupuncture, acupressure, massage therapy. Maybe you're doing some mental, emotional healing. Maybe you're a counselor or a therapist, or you're in the medical field. You have some sort of healer energy around you. Yeah. And maybe you're taking care of somebody. That's sort of the healing energy. Maybe you have kids, maybe you have pets or plants or people, right, that you take care of. I feel like you're also focused on your own healing. You're somebody that knows that you get out of life what you put into it. And I think you're really willing to give everything you have to something to see it grow. It's sort of the pelican of mythology that feeds its young from its own blood, you know. I think that you're willing, and it's kind of, to me, it feels like a maternal energy. It feels like the way, a mom is going to do everything that they can for their kids, to sacrifice everything so that the child can grow, right? Well, I guess that asks the question, then, what is your child? What are you feeding? What is growing for you right now? Yeah? Let's put this card into some context. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, look at that. Lust or strength card. We've got a 5 of Pentacles. We have a Prince of Pentacles. A 7 of Wands and an Ace of Pentacles. Very nice with the earth energy down here. Very nice. 9 of Swords, but then the Fool, right? We have a 9 of Wands and then the beautiful 8 of Pentacles. This is really nice. I love the earth energy that we have here, especially with this sort of cradle of earth energy. It's kind of like Spirit has you in its hands right now, right? And I feel that what's going on here is that you're being supported in your material world, whatever your efforts are, whatever your baby is right now, right? I feel like the world is sort of conspiring to help you. Yeah. I love these cards. I love the 8 of Pentacles at the end, which is showing something that's really growing up to be just an awesome thing, right? It's a beautiful tree. It's growing up in the right way. It has a very strong root network. It has a very strong trunk, and the leaves and the flowers and the fruits are just absolutely amazing, right? And this is a good set of cards. I even kind of like the 9 of Swords here because it shows that you're not willing to do the difficult thing. All right, the 9 of Swords here kind of shows the blood or poison, whatever you want to call it, dripping off of these daggers. All right, and it's kind of like, in a way, it's saying that you're aware of the healing that you need. And you're in this process of healing, and the first step of healing is to sort of get the thorns out of our paw, right, or out of our side, yeah. You got to remove what's hurting you before you can heal from that. You can heal that wound, right? And so you're doing this really healing work right now. And I think that you are, you're building your life up in a way that you've never seen before. Yeah. Let's take a look, let's select the mystery card. We're not going to take a look at it till the very end. It's a random card from the Pamela Coleman Smith Tarot, and it's going to go right here, and we will not look at it. In fact, we will put Frankenduck right on top of that card, and we won't look at it till the end. It'll tie everything together, and it'll give us the confirmation that we need. If you have a prediction for that card, go ahead and put it in the comments. All right, let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise of intuition. Okay, now we're going to look around at these cards, and we're going to see that our major arcana energies are 3. We have the Empress, the Lust or Strength card, and the Fool. And the Empress is kind of that energy that's willing to, it's kind of like the Empress is sort of willing to suffer and bleed for what it really wants, right? It's willing to put in the effort. It's willing to give, kind of every ounce of what it has in order to produce something. It's kind of the way nature, you think of the way plants sort of go in nature. There are a million seeds that get sown, but only a few of those are going to grow into a robust plant, It's planting a lot of ideas and knowing that only a few of them are actually going to turn into something, I feel like it's the willingness for you to give life everything that you have. It's I think you're spreading yourself very thin, and that's okay. You're putting yourself out there in a lot of different ways. And I think you have a lot of good ideas. Maybe you're trying to give a lot of attention to a lot of different possibilities, a lot of different avenues. Maybe there's a lot of projects you're working on. Maybe there's a lot of people that you're taking care of. I think of somebody who's, in a healthcare situation and you work in the emergency room or something. You got 30 patients or whatever. And you're trying to give each one of those patients what they need so that they can heal. And you're on your feet 24, 48 hours, at a time. And you're suffering. You're giving everything that you've got. You're suffering for the sake of somebody else's healing. Okay? And I feel I think it's part of your nature. At the same time, when we talk about this 9 of Swords over here, you need healing too. Okay? I think that the Lust or Strength card is showing your courage to really do this difficult work and go through this process of healing so that you can free yourself of all of these daggers. The Fool here has risen above this dangerous, poisonous trap of the 9 of Swords and is free. So I feel like you're cutting ties with a lot of toxic stuff in your life. You're moving through a lot of pain, a lot of trauma from your past, from your history. I think it's allowing you then to fully heal. The 8 of Pentacles is a card of healing, right? And it's just because it's earth energy, I feel like it represents physical, financial stuff too. Okay? And so maybe there is something there with the healthcare stuff. Maybe there is some sort of injury or illness that you're recovering from. Okay? And you're really putting in the effort to do it. It's not somebody that's kind of like, let's say you break your leg or something and you've got to do the physical rehab to get your leg strong. And some of us, I've been through a similar situation, as maybe you know. And it's hard to get up and do the exercises. It's hard to get up and walk around, to strengthen your body again. Because the body it feels better to just be laying in bed. It feels better to just not do it, But you know that through your efforts, the more you put in, the more you're going to get out of it. Okay? And you have the vital, you've got the heart, right? You got the heart to put into this. And I don't know if it's a physical thing for you. I feel like money's a big factor right now for you. Okay? I feel like this is the courage it takes for you to really take what you have and invest it in the right ways. investing in other people, investing in yourself, and putting this money to good use, and trusting that you're going to grow something, that one of these ideas is going to work, you know? So the Fool, I think, is I think this is the indication that it is going to work. Yeah. That everything, that your efforts here, your courage here, and whatever work you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to build, whatever healing is going on, and whatever efforts you're putting into your physical success, I think are going to work. I think you're leveling up. I think you are you're about to begin a new life. Okay, in a lot of ways, I think free from the pain and the trauma and the toxicity of the Nine of Swords, whatever this is for you. Then also, I think free from the Five of Pentacles, free from the worry or the difficulty or the hardship, whether this is financial or if this is talking about the injury or illness. I think that you're getting well beyond this. I think this is the month for you. Yeah. And maybe in the sort of September time frame, you kind of always are. I feel like this is part of a cycle. I mean, you know, your birthday season is coming up, and I feel that this is. I feel that this is kind of something that happens every so often for you, where you sort of just do a life purge. You know, you try to get rid of everything that that hasn't been helping you, that hasn't been working. It's like just sort of cutting off all the loose ends in a way. You know, it's you know, maybe you do have a lot of irons in the fire for your life, business things, or even friendships, or other acquaintances, or relationships, whatever. And I think every so often you go through a little bit of a purge where you just say, okay, these ideas, this is all, I've been putting a lot of effort into these, but these didn't have any sort of return. I'm going to cut those things loose, you know? And I think maybe you kind of like, you streamline things every once in a while. Maybe it's every year where you just sort of trim the fat away. Yeah. And you take a good look at what's not working in your life, and you make the decision to move on from it. And I think that gives you more energy and more effort to put into these other things that you still, it's kind of like, I don't know, if you're running a business or something, and you have, like, you know, a dozen ideas, a dozen things we're trying to do. And then every so often we'll have a meeting and we'll say, okay, have any of them worked? Which ones should we get rid of? Should we replace them with new ideas? And which ones should we maybe give more focus to? Because they're really going somewhere, you know. It's sort of like we have to experiment with a lot of things to find out what's working. We've got to sow a lot of seeds, and then, of course, give ample attention to those ones that are starting to sprout and grow. The ones that haven't done anything, maybe we sort of forget about those and focus on the ones that are working. Okay. So I love our major arcana. I think there's very good energy. We do have our fire. We don't have any water energy right now, which is interesting. We've got a little bit of air. And then it's all earth, and earth. And the earth energy is really what this is about. This is about the physical or financial world for you. Okay? And with the Five of Pentacles underneath the surface, I think that you are in need of some financial healing, you know? It could be that you've been investing a lot of money in a lot of different things, and now is that time where we have to realize, okay, some of that money it's not coming back, you know? That we've made these investments, but there's no return on those. We've got to cut those things loose, you know? And the Five of Pentacles could, of course, be something physical that's going on. If there is it feels like there maybe is an injury somewhere. Maybe this is talking about something from the past. I don't know if there was an injury when you were younger that was very serious. You turned out okay. I don't know if you still have a scar from that or not, but it seems to me that there was something significant that happened when you were younger. I don't know if you fell from something. Is that right? Anyway, this card is underneath the surface. Okay, so this is telling me that you're still aware of, or there's a growing, let's say, growing awareness of some things that you still have to heal from. Okay, and this kind of is maybe even talking about some lasting effects from a previous injury. Okay, it's kind of like you break your leg or something, and then it kind of always hurts a little bit when the weather changes, that sort of thing. Or some sort of lasting effects from an injury in your past. Yeah. But I say we focus on the financial stuff, right? Because I think that this is the month where a lot of your worries in the financial realm are taken care of. I think you're focusing your efforts on a particular path. Okay, this could be the Five of Pentacles could be talking about the need for some changes around the house. I don't know if there's some sort of home improvements or if you're looking for a new place to live. Okay. The Lust or Strength card here, I wonder if the injury you have had is from a sports thing, if it's a sports injury. Because I feel like you're very active in some sort of, like a physical sport or a competitive sport. And I don't know if you're doing that anymore because of this injury, but Spirit's saying that you're going to get back to doing what you had fun doing. Okay, and I feel like it's some kind of I don't know if it's like baseball or softball or something, but that's the image that I'm getting. That desire, that interest is going to return to you. This is a really big month for you. Really, really big month. I feel like the Fool, I feel like these two, I feel like the Ace of Pentacles and the Fool are really talking about a lot of things. I think that there's a return to this vital, robust, healthy energy for you. I think that your financial world is really taking off and it's really growing. I feel like we're going to see a return of the water energy. Right now we don't have any water, so that kind of is a big thing here, is that there is, and maybe that's sort of by design. Maybe you're not interested in the water energy. In other words, maybe you don't care so much about love or romance right now. Maybe you're just looking to heal and take care of yourself, get your house in order, and do what you need to grow to do in order to grow your life into this sort of the best version of yourself, get back to this healthiest version of yourself. And then maybe the water energy will return, But I don't know that you really want it right now. Right? As far as romance goes or anything like that, I feel that you're very focused on the work, the work that you do. Yeah. The Prince of Pentacles in the background, this is the Builder. Okay? And it might be a situation where you were on this path of building a life, building a business or your career or your finances, or even the idea that things were very steady in the physical realm, but then maybe there was this injury or illness that sort of slowed things down. Okay, kind of put things on hold a little bit, and I think maybe it interrupted some of the activities that you would enjoy. I'm getting the feeling that it's like sports and things like that, but I feel that that's just the illustration that I'm receiving, is that all of the really fun things in life that you used to do kind of got put on hold because of something. And that something is the Seven of Wands up here. And it's something that you really have had to work hard to overcome, and it's connected with that Five of Pentacles. So it could be the feeling that it's a never-ending struggle to get out of debt, or this sort of the hard work, the never-ending work to regain strength or to become healthy, sort of physically robust. And I wonder how long this battle's been taking place for you. Because the Seven of Wands is really, it's almost as if the odds were against you. Now I'm starting to get this sort of feeling that maybe you almost didn't make it. Yeah. And, I'm not a doctor. This isn't a medical reading, but I feel that there's something there. Yeah. We could still be talking about finances. I'd like to stay focusing on the finances because I feel like that's That's going to give us the most, joy right now, I think, is to know that your financial world is growing, is healthy, is healing, and things are getting better and better. I think this is the month that really everything sort of flourishes, right? We look at the Eight of Pentacles at the end. There's a lot of fruit on this tree. This is the tree of life, There's all sorts of good stuff here. It's not just physical, financial. I think that you're going to find a lot of joy. You're going to find a lot of adventure, too, right? We've got the Ace of Pentacles in the future position. This is the first step on this new path. But we don't know what this path is yet. It's just a seed. This is the seed that we're choosing to focus on, the one that's going to sprout, and the one that we're kind of putting more of our efforts into this one. Rather than scattering things around so much, I think that we're narrowing it down. And I don't know if I got the sports feeling, but I don't know, maybe it's something else. Because I feel like there's some sort of, I don't know if is it law enforcement or military or something like that. Very active lifestyle, I think, right? Very active lifestyle. This is the first step on the new path, and I don't know what this is yet. I'm not sure that you quite know what it is yet either. It might be that there are so many possibilities that we're just going to sort of, with that Fool energy, we're going to see how it goes. We're going to see what this really becomes. But I think that it's setting you up in a very nice, setting you up with a nice opportunity to return to those things that really bring you like this lust or strength, this passion. Okay? I think this month is everything for you. But I think the focus really is on the healing. And the healing is going to bring about a return of this vital energy. Okay? Now, we're going to talk about the path of the serpent. And as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. And it does support the channel, and I really do appreciate that. So your general energy, obviously, Nine of Swords, not a very good card. One of the worst cards. I kind of cringe when this one comes out. And maybe I could have redone the reading and hoped that if I did things again, it wouldn't show up, but it probably would have anyway. But as your general energy, I feel like we can look at the light side of this card. Every card has light and shadow. This is pain, suffering, cruelty. This is poison. This is blood being spilled, right? Symbolically. But I think in the context of healing, this is us taking the thorn from our paw. This is us removing what it is that's injuring us. We're not going to leave it in there. Right? We've got to remove. This is, I had a cut on my pinky finger. I have a tattoo right here, but it's all messed up because I got a big cut on my pinky at one point a few years ago. And I wrapped it up, with a bandage and stuff and let it heal, put some ointment on it, whatever. I thought I cleaned it out fairly well, but I don't think I did because it itched very bad. It hurt very bad. It started getting very red and very swollen. And so I unwrapped it. Now, obviously, I should have gone to the doctors. I unwrapped it and I looked inside the wound. It was kind of an avulsion, right? It was a little flap of, I don't want to be gross or whatever. But the point is, there was a little piece of dirt in there. Okay, it was actually a little piece of plastic. I don't know how that happened, but the point is, you have to remove all the debris before something will really heal. Okay? And we may think that we have, gotten out of that relationship or out of that situation. I'm no longer there, so it's not hurting me anymore. But there might still be some shrapnel, some debris in there somewhere. Okay? Emotionally. Physically, I don't know. Possibly. I'm not a doctor, obviously. Right? I never seen a doctor dress this nicely. Anyway, I'm kidding. Doctors dress very, very professional. There is still something that needs to be sort of removed here. Okay? And it could be something physical. Maybe you're sort of going through the closets and you're getting rid of like artifacts from that relationship, reminders of that person or reminders of that time in your life. It's sort of a cleaning house. Okay? And it's kind of even talking about thoughts. Those thoughts that are still in there that we're just sort of not dealing with, but it's like shrapnel in there. And the only way to get them out of there is to sort of acknowledge them and think the thoughts. And then sort of, symbolically with your imagination, visualize them leaving. Visualize you pulling them out of there. And maybe even writing them down on a sheet of paper. And in a safe, controlled way, lighten that sucker up, right? Incinerate that paper. Do a ritual of release, right? That we can take some of this dirt or debris or shrapnel out of our soul so that we can fully heal. Because like my little pinky, I thought it was fine, but it was kind of sore, it was itchy, it was getting red, It was sore, it was okay, kind of, but it wasn't going to be okay if I didn't open myself up and purge what was in there. Okay? And I think with the swords, it really is about talking things out, feeling them, allowing the tears to flow. Maybe you have a counselor or a friend, or, maybe that's what the Empress is that idea of, maybe you're a therapist or a counselor, but, even you need a therapist or a counselor, right? So we've got to find a way. And I think this is what you're doing now. I don't think I'm giving you any kind of like news flash here. I think you're already involved in that process of getting the shrapnel out of there. Okay? And what that's leading you toward is freedom. I mean, this is all this yucky air energy. This is pure air, clean, crisp. This is this is the crispest air you've ever breathed, Until I moved, I lived in California. Until I moved here to the Midwest, I never knew what clean air was, It wasn't until the snowy winter where it's sub-zero temperatures where I go outside and take a deep breath. And it's just, that is like, to me anyway, that is like the crispest air I've ever breathed, and that's sort of what the Fool is to me. It is absolutely pure oxygen here, and this is really, really smoggy. Nothing against California. I love California. This is all that smog. This is that clean, crisp air. Okay? So in other words, we've purged all of this stuff, and this is really a release, a freedom, a transcendence from this situation that now is really allowing you to get your vitality back and fully heal and get on and really reap the rewards from all this work that you're doing. So what we have over here is sort of an explanation of the situation, and this is the work kind of step by step. Okay? Now, with the getting something here with the Prince of Pentacles, a younger male passed into spirit in your life. Maybe this is what we're talking about here. And maybe this is somebody maybe they were sick for a while, or maybe, I don't know. There's something there though, right? I think younger, but I don't think too much younger. I think maybe if anything, this was a sibling, a friend, or a spouse. I don't think it was anything, anyone younger than you. But maybe they passed from an injury or something like we've been sort of talking about. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to put that. That's something that I'm receiving, and I don't know if that's true for you. T for a name. Yeah. Letter T, first or last initial. Anyway, yeah, that's something that was pretty specific. And I don't know, maybe it's somebody that you were taking care of, and it seems like they're kind of in this, maybe they're a Taurus person, maybe not, but I feel like they were building life with you, they were building something, or they were involved in something, sort of consistently and steadily. It could even be that it was a workplace accident or something like this, right? Anyway, My point is, you're healing. You're in the process of healing. You're in the process of freeing yourself from what these swords are so that you can move forward in your life and really get to this prosperous, beautiful, fruitful place of the Eight of Pentacles, right? And, the difficult thing really is for you to just to keep, even when we have this freedom, right? Even when we're sort of out of the woods, It's like I had a liver transplant 14 years ago. And, they stapled me back up and let me out of the hospital eventually. And, I was okay. I was stable, out on my own, And to me, that's kind of, going from a Nine of Swords to the Fool. But I still was weak. I still had to gain my strength back. I still had to walk every day. I had to eat right. I had to do exercises, breathing exercises, physical exercises. It was difficult for me to sit down and stand up again, right? And so the Nine of Wands is the regaining of that strength. It doesn't happen all at once. The difficult part of this, the obstacle, is to really accept the fact that our confidence, our robustness, our energy and strength, our vitality is going to return, but it may be slow. It's a gradual return until one day we realize, oh, hey, I'm in the best shape of my life, And that's kind of the interesting thing with the Lust or Strength card is the return of that vitality, the wanting this again. This is the thing you miss the most, I feel like. And the Seven is kind of, in some ways, the feeling that we'll never get it back, but it's going to come slowly, okay? And the Eight of Pentacles, too, is the same kind of thing. It's going to be slow. It's a gradual progress, okay? And this is saying, too, in fact, take it slow. Don't try to get it all. My cat's at the doorway. Don't try to force it all to come back all at once. Slowly, we're building things back up. If this is a financial thing, we're slowly accumulating the wealth. We're slowly building up our physical health, our financial health, right? And there's going to be a lot of fruit to enjoy from this labor. I think this is the month where you're really going to see this taking place, to see this to see the fruit start to show up on the tree. Okay, I want to look at the mystery card. I know this has been a rather long reading. What are we going to see here with it? I kind of feel like it's going to be another Empress card. Or maybe your power card, the Libra energy. Maybe it's going to be a King of Wands. Let's see what we have. The Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords. There's no doubt in your mind about this. Okay. I think also what this is meant to show us is that you are choosing a particular direction for this Fool. And I think once our strength and vitality, our physical and financial health starts to return, and we're feeling strong and powerful again, and we're feeling this Fool energy, and we're ready to take the next step and on this new path and begin life again, I feel like the Ace of Swords is you giving direction to that Fool. See, the Fool, on its own, has no direction, has no aim, pretty much just will run around in a circle, maybe a spiral. Needs some direction, has no bearing, has no purpose, has no will, has no direction at all. But the Ace of Swords is you put the ace in the Fool's hand, suddenly the Fool becomes a knight. Has a purpose, has a direction, has virtue and character, and has a mission. Yeah. So right now you may not know exactly what you want to do or what your life is going to be like after this sort of process, takes hold. But you will find your direction, and you will have a path. You do have a mission in life. Okay? I think right now your mission is to finish this process of healing, restore your energy and your vital energy and your robustness and your strength, physically and financially, either or, whatever pertains to you most. And then to really, get out your compass and figure out where you're supposed to go. Find your true north. And that's the next step for you. Okay? But this is the month, I think, of healing and amassing the resources and building up the strength so that you can head out on this quest. Your new adventure. Yeah. Very interesting reading. We're going to do an extended as well. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There is a link down below. New readings for Libra are on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.